is going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Bring the Juice. Wanted to talk a little bit because Colts are starting the OTAs today and a couple different things to talk about, a couple other things I won't mention, but there's a lot of things going on right now. Hopefully you guys were able to keep up a little bit, but wanted to talk just for a little bit about some of the things that happened today. James Boyd and all the other reporters out there talking about some stuff. And I think the number one thing that we can kind of get looked at here is Daniel Jones, who was at OTAs today. He was stretching out, doing all of the necessary stuff. He did actually participate in individual drills, participated in 7-on-7s, but did not participate in the 11-on-11s. I'm not too worried about the fact that he's not participating in the 11-on-11s yet. He doesn't need to be. Daniel Jones obviously still in the rehab process, still recovering from his Achilles injury that he suffered back in November. So not too worried about that, but I am happy to see that Daniel Jones is back. I actually didn't get a video on this the other day, but Daniel Jones did say that when asked if he expects to be ready for week one, he said absolutely. So he is giving everyone the assumption that he will be ready to go by week one and there will be no issues. And I'll tell you what, after seeing him move and seeing how he's getting around and everything, I wouldn't be too shocked if that is in fact the case. Daniel Jones is seemingly walking just fine, able to do his individual drills just fine, doesn't seem to really be hobbling too much on that leg. And even today, when in the OTAs in the 7-on-7s, he was 5 of 6 with 2 short touchdowns to Ashton Dulin. So clearly hasn't lost a step too much in regards to that and what we are seeing right now. But it is fantastic to see him moving around and looking fairly solid right now. I will say, just for him to be 6 months, just over 6 months out of recovery and already, and I apologize, it wasn't in November when he had the Achilles tear. It was December 7th. So actually it was even more recently. So, but given the fact, again, it's been just over 6 months, around 6 months, and the fact that he's already back out there competing, throwing the football with the guys, participating in drills like as if he never left, fantastic news to hear, and definitely a bright spot going into 2026, because if Daniel Jones wasn't starting out, then this could probably be a bad stretch for the Colts. So glad to hear and glad to see Daniel Jones out there doing what he needs to do. Wanted to touch on Anthony Richardson because we didn't actually get a video done last week when the Colts started doing like the voluntary stuff there. He was asked obviously about, coming back to this team and after requesting a trade and if things were weird at all. And he said, no, he said, I got a contractual obligation to this team and I'm here. I'm going to do what's necessary to get myself right and to be better for this team and, just prepare for my shot. And I will say this, I do think the maturity has gotten much better for Anthony Richardson. And obviously, when we were talking about some of the first throws that he was able to have this year, they said he looks like he's even bulked up even more. And people also saying that he looks better from a mechanic standpoint and a quarterback standpoint, was doing a lot of good things. So fantastic to hear that for Anthony Richardson, again, because you never know, right, when it comes to the injuries of everything. Who needs to step up, right? And Leonard's obviously getting some time in here and there. Shane Steichen saying that it will be a battle between Anthony Richardson and Leonard, who gets that QB2 spot. If Anthony Richardson wants to still compete and still wants a chance at some playing time, if Daniel Jones doesn't pan out in the injury category, then yeah, he's gonna have to get himself right, and hopefully that's a step in the right direction. Some other news: Colts right tackle Jaylen Travis not participating in OTAs. Shane Steichen said last week that Travis is managing a back injury. So Jaylen Travis not in any gear at all, just watching the offensive linemen from the sidelines today. Not too worried about that. Again, not too worried about guys missing time due to injuries for OTAs. As long as he is ready to go in 2 months, then I'm not too worried about it. So we will keep you guys updated on that. Just another couple things as well when talking about James Boyd mentioned had the 2 wide receiver passes to Dulin. Dulin mossed the DB on the second one. Said Jones also threw a dime to Tyler Warren down the field that was put in a very tight window and said that he looked very sharp. And again, that's great given the fact of, rehabbing with the injury and to still look very sharp. I mean, again, people don't remember, man, just how good he was before all those injuries. So good to see him out there. Good to see him executing and everything that they need to do. And then, of course, they were asking a little bit about Laiatu Latu on the added pressure to deliver since a bunch of the guys are gone. Said, I definitely understand that, and I carry myself in that way, knowing that I'm relied on. So remember, again, Latu had 4 sacks in 2024, 8.5 sacks in 2025. Is this the year where Laiatu Latu becomes a 10-sack defensive end? Asked a little bit about Daniel Jones playing in 7-on-7s. Steichen said we'll keep that trend probably through the end of OTAs and then obviously get him into the team stuff when we get to training camp, a.k.a. more of the 11-on-11 stuff. Again, Daniel Jones only 176 days removed from tearing his right Achilles, but sure sounds like the Colts are going to continue to try to just let him do 7-on-7, keep him mentally going, but doesn't have to, go through the whole thing of, avoiding pressure, doing all this pocket stuff, and just get the throws down, keep going on that. And then obviously when training camp comes around at the end of July and early August, that's when they'll start bringing him into everything. So all in all, can't complain, guys. Some good stuff there. Fantastic stuff to see from the Colts. A bunch of different guys participating and doing all this stuff. So love to see it. Glad to see that Daniel Jones is doing well and a bunch of other players doing well. So let me know what you guys think on some of this news and how it feels to you guys. But we'll continue to keep you guys updated if we hear more. But that'll do it for this one. Thank you so much. And as always, Colts.